what are some of the biggest breakdowns that you see when product and marketing don't collaborate early?
Yeah, so the product team is super focused on making this thing their great new idea the best way that they possibly can, very well intended, just like you said. But if they're not getting the feedback from those market teams, either from marketing or the sales teams or customers themselves, if they're not having that voice of customer come back into the product, they can be making something that really doesn't have that product market fit that you need to be successful, right? Or on the opposite extreme, they could make the coolest, most amazing, innovative product. It gets out to the marketplace. It really is amazing. But because it was so new, the marketing team didn't quite know how to position it or didn't know how to message it, or maybe we're not selling in the right channels. And you can't take advantage of those first mover, being first out into the marketplace. So you're kind of losing revenue off of something that you created that was so amazing. So,
Right.
when we have people sitting in silos and they're not kind of collaborating together, you end up with these disconnects in the marketplace.
So it seems really straightforward. We've been talking about collaboration for years and years and years,
Yeah.
yet we still see it happening. Why is it a cultural issue? Is it a management issue? Why is this why are we still here talking about it?
Because everyone wants to do it, right? Everyone wants to collaborate. We all want to connect. The biggest thing is we're moving super fast. Right? We want to be innovative. We want to be out there. We want to be selling as fast as possible. And what happens is if we don't have those underlying processes really solid, if we don't have visibility to what each the right hand and the left hand are doing, then we just lose track of in moving so fast. We can't keep up. And so what we want to be able to do is bring those marketers into the product conversation sooner, have them actually be part of those product processes, and have the product and design and engineering teams be part of our marketing processes and have those overlap a little bit. And we get the mesh that we need.
Do you think, simply put, that the VOC, the voice of the customer, is that connective tissue that maybe creates the aha moment for product marketing, producting? Hey, that's a good term, isn't it? For product teams, not just product marketing, but the product teams to involve marketing and, quite frankly, sales at an earlier stage.
Yeah, so the product teams are usually starting out with some type of requirements, right? They are deciding what to go build. And those requirements are the perfect place for the voice of the customer to come into it. We're deciding what needs to get built, when it needs to, how it needs to function, or what are going to be the key features that we're going to go talk about or that are going to differentiate us from the marketplace. So those requirements early on are the exact place for marketing or sales to come in and have input on. And that's before we ever go draw anything, right? That's before CAD gets made, a design gets made, before we're ever talking with a factory. So it's a perfect spot early on to have input on those requirements.
And easier said than easier done sometimes, right? Like, I think a lot of times prod or marketing is finding itself physically having to insert itself in those discussions. How can marketing be a part of the discussion so that it becomes more of a cultural DNA? That, is it marketing driving the need to be in product meetings, or is it product driving the need for marketing to be there? Is it happening from the C-suite? What is the best approach for some of our listeners today who might be experiencing this and they just know that they need to make a change?
Right. I know that you talk a lot on your show about marketing being more of a strategic partner in the business, and it really does come down to that.